Danny, thank you for the raid. Happy Thursday. What the hell is going on with my mic? Hold on. Okay, that's good enough, I guess. Let's see. Hello, Heather. Hello, Amy. Hello, Kelsey. Hello, Pius. Hello, Danny. Um, okay. Okay, maybe that. Okay, sure. All right, yeah, we're going to be finishing Ghost Dogs today. I'm very excited. Raiders, if you need to raid and run, raid and lurk, feel free to do so. If you want to stay in chat, totally fine. Moon, congrats on first. um, yeah, was there something else I was going to say? I don't remember. We're in an ad. We're going to wait for the ad to be over before we start the game. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I got my Heights 9 business cards because there's a lot of them from donating in the PanCan fundraiser. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of them. I was just expecting it to be 1, but now I have 16 Heights 9 news reporter Bud Wind Chimes but business cards. I will put them next to my Cocoa Kringle. Okay, we should be back from the ads now. Okay, we are gonna just get into Nancy. We're gonna finish it. Okay. This one, nice Junior Ranger pin. Okay, so we have the Junior Ranger pin. So I think we have to do the clock thing now. Okay. I don't need to be looking at that. Go. This is a nice antique stove. No, you're not late, Cat Lover. You're right on time. We just started, so you did not miss anything. But yeah, this is a really nice antique stove. And the matching icebox. It kind of matches the cabinets, too. This kitchen has potential, it just needs a little TLC, and I think it's good. Now, 90% done with the Minecraft. Nice. You're in the home stretch now. Go. And I'll get the pencil out because I know I'm gonna need to write stuff down. I guess we have to turn the dogs. Right. What if I just brute forced it? going to do that. I don't remember. Oh, no. I want to look at the bat. That has nothing to do with it, does it? I don't think so. Okay. No, I don't want to keep clicking on the clock. Stop. We're like what, 2 seconds into the game, and I already forget how the clock and the spinny statues work. Leaves that appear on a fresh spring tree make my birth different from the other three. The only one who was born in spring was Lucy. Chat had to help me, but I could eventually. Yeah, chat might have to help me here too. Birth different from the other three. So only one dog was born in the spring, and that was Lucy. When swans drift by on shimmering blue summer dew, so that's Xander. I'm assuming this has to do with the dog's birthdays. When autumn's call would be Iggy, because he was born on 11/11, and then that would make Vitus winter, because he was born in February. Does the order of the dogs here, Vitus, Iggy, Lucy, Xander, equate to the clock? Like, do they go in that order on the clock too? Let me look at it again before I forget. It goes Vitus, Lucy, Victor. I don't remember, but they will match up. Okay. Okay, and now I gotta write. I should have been writing it down from the beginning, but it wasn't. There we go. Okay. Spring. Summer. Fall. And winter. Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, right, I do have to turn them. Okay, so that one has to be winter. Nope. Facing forward is the deer, so this one has to face forward. Okay, hold on. Okay. I think I know what direction they have to face it. Oh, wait, okay. What the fuck? Why is it not going in that order? Or the clock will match up to the month of the... Okay, hold on. I affect something. Okay, so I have to swap those two, because this one should be... Okay, okay. Rookie mistake. There we go. I was gonna say, I could have sworn that the door opened, the, like, floor, the secret door opens on its own when you get it right. I'm gonna count that as I did ask chat for a hint. Yeah, okay. Am I supposed to be able to read that? What the hell does that say? Okay, here we go. Thoughts on...
William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers.
Thanks, Nancy. Thoughts on Thuggery by Ethan Collier, The Truth About Mickey Malone, as told by his most trusted employee, William Akers. Mr. Malone has never spent a night in jail, and he never will, said William Akers. And you know why? Because he's just an ordinary Joe trying to run an ordinary business. He said this with such conviction that for a moment this reporter honestly thought Akers was talking about somebody other than Mickey Malone, the notorious gangster. But I was standing on the porch of Malone's getaway home at Moon Lake, having bushwhacked through thick brush from the east side of the lake to avoid detection and probably eviction by his bodyguards, and I was talking to the man who, according to the police, is the only person Malone trusts. I ought to know. I see him every day, Akers went on. He doesn't deserve all the grief you newspaper hacks give him. He's a rich man because his laundromats are fine establishments and people like to wash their clothes there. All this talk about him being a bootlegger is just plain hogwash. When I asked if I could talk to Malone, Akers said Malone was out walking. Like I said, he's just an ordinary guy who likes to do ordinary things. When I asked if I could wait for him, he said, "What for? Anything you want to know about Mickey Malone, I can tell you. I've worked for him for 15 years. When I said all I wanted was the truth, he said, then you're in luck, because that's what I just told you. And now I suggest you leave. Mickey's a swell guy, but he's got these 4 big dogs, and sometimes they don't mind so good." I took the hint and left, but as I struggled through the brush to get back to my car, I realized something. Akers hadn't told me the truth about what Mickey Malone did. I knew that. But he had told me an important truth when it came to what Mickey Malone was. Someone who had at least one extremely loyal employee. I ask you, good citizens of Philadelphia, how many so-called legitimate businessmen can say the same thing? Tomorrow, Reflections on Houdini, Master Magician, 1874 to 1926. MM pinched.
It could be mice making that sound.
Yeah, it really could, Nancy. Where's the pen?
It looks like a tiny hole.
Yeah.
What's the combination?
Nancy, I swear to God. No, gotta go back to the Rangers. No, 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 no. I don't want to look at the safe again. The way she busts open that door, damn. She just flings it open. Maybe it's... January 29th, 1932. Okay.
You're back.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Do not drink or use this water from your well.
Oh my gosh, not only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
Okay, thanks, Nancy. Initial tests found high levels of arsenic in the sample you sent us. While it is not unusual to find trace amounts of arsenic in wells in your area, the amount in your sample far exceeded standard safety limits. Therefore, the water in your well is unsafe for any purpose. Further tests have been requested. They will take 2 weeks to complete. You will be informed as to what, if anything, they uncover. Pennsylvania Department of Health, 321 North Street, number 920, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 55555. Test not hashtag, oh my god. Test number ND136-9004-762-09.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Hashtag poisoned. Hashtag poisoned. Yeah.
Where's Yogi?
Where's your
In
dog?
the run out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
Okay, I don't care. I just want to pet him.
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
The article mentioned that a man named William Akers used to work for Malone. Is he a relative of yours?
No. Quite a coincidence, I'll admit, but no. I am in no way related to the head flunky of some two-bit gangster and his gang of thugs.
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
She was probably as familiar with Malone's house and his dogs as he was. Think there's any chance she's still alive?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
When and why was Malone arrested?
I'm sorry, Ms. Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
Oh, so you don't know. So you don't know off the top of your head.
What happened to
got
Akers and the
arrested.
rest
Okay,
of
I
Malone's gang after he went to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Great, thanks. Alright. Let's go talk to Emily Griffin. Austin, congrats on coming second.
How you holding up?
I found an old newspaper in Sally's house that contained an article on Mickey Malone. It really got my curiosity going. What else can you tell me about him?
Person you should talk to is Jeff Akers. He's got this historical museum thing going out at that ranger station of his.
I know who she voted for. How do I get to the museum? Nancy, you've been in the museum. Why are you asking how to get there?
How do I get to the museum?
Just up lake from Sally's on the east side.
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha.
Bad memory, yeah. Wait, can we look at the... Can we look at that? Yeah. Alright, here we go. Photos of real people. Is that an event on my own bingo? Yeah, it is. Even not an option. Well, it's like, I guess... Because you can only ask about it if you know about William Akers, which you would only know about William Akers if you read the newspaper clipping in the basement, which I guess you could technically you could get into the basement before you go anywhere, but I don't think... Well, yeah, okay. I was gonna say it doesn't make any sense, but I guess it kind of does, because if you open the... Like, you don't need any... Oh, no, you need the sandpaper. Because you need to be able to spin the dogs. Just to get the sandpaper, you have to... Okay, so technically you could get to this point to that conversation before meeting Ranger Akers, because you only have to talk to Red Knot and Emily for it. So I guess it makes sense. But just barely. Alright, let's... Let's call Bess.
Nancy, how's it going?
Hey, Bess. How'd you know it was me?
Telepathy, of course. Just another of my many talents. You are so full of it. She got caller ID, Nancy. So now, instead of hanging up on the geeks that always call her, she just doesn't answer the phone. Very funny. So what's up?
This is one of my most famous, not famous, that's not the right word at all, favorite, like, minor plot lines in any Nancy game, and it spans across 2 games. It spans across this one and Haunted Carousel, and it is Bess getting caller ID, because I think it is so funny that there is a modicum of continuity between 2 games. Usually the stories are pretty, like, self-contained, but in this one and the next one, they talk about how she has caller ID, and then in the next game, her parents stop paying for caller ID because she would just let the phone ring for people who don't, like, if she didn't want to talk to them.
Believe it or not, on some nights, this house gets attacked by a pack of dogs. Sally's so scared of them, she left me here by myself.
Did you say dogs? She couldn't have, George. Dogs don't attack houses.
Not the point of caller ID. It is, but I guess so when I was a kid, we always had caller ID, but my grandmother did not have caller ID. And while I was not at her house all the time, I always found it to be marginally annoying that you would, like... No, wait. Reverse it the other way. Yes, I had caller ID, and it's always annoying when it's a wrong number, instead of just, like, I don't know, picking up the landline and hanging it back up, especially if it was like a sales call. You kind of have to let it ring and go to voicemail. Or just let it ring. Meanwhile, my grandmother didn't have caller ID, so she would just have to answer the phone. And, you know, if it was a sales call or whatever, just be like, nope, bye. Hang up. But I'm assuming Bess, the implication is that Bess is getting a lot of phone calls from boys specifically.
They were definitely dogs. They came out of nowhere and started leaping at the windows and scratching at the doors like they wanted to get in.
Maybe that was just their way of being friendly.
These dogs were not friendly, believe me. And they had glowing yellow eyes.
And they had glowing yellow eyes.
They were ghosts.
Ghosts?
The man who built Sally's place on Moon Lake was a gangster. The birdwatchers said that the ghosts of his dogs show up every time someone new tries to live here.
The place is haunted by ghost dogs? Like there's such a thing as ghosts. But it does sound like you've got another mystery on your hands, Detective Drew.
There's a private cemetery in the woods out back. Malone and his dogs are supposedly buried there.
Creepy.
And there were paw prints in the cemetery. Fresh paw prints.
Are you sure you're going to be all right there by yourself? We'd volunteer to drive out there and keep you company, but unfortunately my car's in the shop, and you know what a scaredy cat George is.
That's okay. There's really no room, and believe me, living conditions here are pretty primitive.
Scaredy cat, huh? You're gonna pay for that remark, dear cousin.
It's really interesting that Bess is the one taking shots at George, because my understanding is that George is actually quite mean to Bess in the books, like calling her fat and stuff. Woof woof, Andrew, welcome in. So I think it is kind of funny that Bess is getting a little dig after being called like a whale or whatever in the books.
Moon Lake is gorgeous, but it's so remote. The park ranger is the closest thing they have to a sheriff around here.
Park ranger? What's he like? Which, as we all know, is Bess's way of saying, park ranger? Is he cute?
Not true, George. Nancy thinks everybody's cute, so what will be the point? Anyway, Nancy, you were saying?
Does she? Does she think everybody's cute? I don't think I've ever heard her refer to any of the characters as cute. Yeah. Yeah, usually if when asked, she, if anything, says they're not cute. Part of me wants to read the books, but I also think they'll be kind of bad and not like the games at all. I think some of them are like so bad it's good. I've never read any of them. I did see a video where a guy did a review of the first 3 Nancy games, Secrets Can Kill, Stay Tuned for Danger, and Message in a Haunted Mansion, and compared them to the books. And that was interesting because there's a lot of things, like, especially in Message in a Haunted Mansion, that just get cut out. Like, there's a whole part where Nancy is, like, on the roof of the house, and she's home alone. And I think there's something like she almost falls off the roof or something. It was crazy.
His name's Jeff Akers. He's very helpful, polite, efficient,
Cute.
knowledgeable.
So we all just watched the
In
same
fact,
Nancy
he probably
media
knows
on YouTube.
more about the area than all the other residents of Moon Lake combined.
Sounds very boring.
What's he know about these alleged ghost dogs?
He thinks they're just plain old dogs that for some reason like to run around at night scaring people.
And what does Detective Drew think about the dogs?
I think Sally had good reason to be scared of them. I don't blame her for leaving, which leads me to think that maybe that was the whole idea.
Somebody had those dogs attack Sally in order to scare her away?
Why would anybody do that? She was there for less than a month.
You'd have to be a total creep to make enemies that fast. And Sally's one of the nicest people I know.
Ooh, Nancy! Speaking of cute guys, Frank and Joe Hardy called. I filled them in on where you are and what you're doing, and they're dying to hear from you.
Great. Did they leave a number?
Their number is 280-555-4865. Bess didn't recognize it when they called and almost didn't answer the phone.
Good thing my cousin here has a memory like an elephant, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Call them, Nancy. They're dying to hear from you. But remember, Frank's cute and all that, but George and I want to hear from you, too.
Yeah, no fair discussing the case with them from now on and not with us. Promise you'll keep us up to speed?
I promise.
So they called Bess, who we now know has caller ID. I guess if they'd never called from that number, then there wouldn't really be an ID. But wouldn't there be caller ID, or would it just say unknown number? We have a lot to tell them about.
This birdwatcher I met has got me taking pictures of birds for some survey he's doing. He's a bit of a grump.
Okay.
You live nearby?
No, he just kind of hangs out in the woods. In fact, I only see him at night.
Interesting. He's in the woods at night. The dogs are in the woods at night.
Could he have had a reason for wanting Sally out of the Malone house?
Maybe. From what Ranger Akers told me, Red would like everybody around here out of their houses. He thinks there's too many people at Moon Lake and it's ruining the bird watching. Ranger Akers called him a fanatic.
Fanatic equals suspect in my book.
And last time, during part 1, I pointed out that the tree that he sits in is technically on private property. So if Sally, or Nancy as an extension of Sally, wanted, they could call the police and have him arrested for trespassing. I don't know if Sally ever says that she gave Red permission to sit in the tree. I mean, I'm going to call her after this and maybe she says it. But I don't remember her ever saying that Red is allowed to be on her property looking at the birds.
Get this. It turns out that Jeff Akers will be one happy park ranger if Sally sells her Moon Lake property back to the bank, and they wind up selling it to the Parks Department.
You think he might be responsible for all this ghost dog stuff?
He has a motive and he has a dog, although it doesn't look at all like the dogs that have been scaring Sally.
But it shows he knows something about dogs. Better pull out your suspect list and pencil him in, Nan.
I still say you guys should lighten up on him.
Did I mention that all the water in Sally's house comes from a well?
Ew, really? Does it taste like rotten eggs?
Not all well water tastes like rotten eggs, Bess.
I don't know if it does or not, because the well is so old, I need to get the water tested before I drink it.
Good plan. Nothing will wreck your day faster than a nice tall glass of contaminated water.
You know, I think Nancy should just take a drink of the water. Just see what happens.
I think somebody may have deliberately put poison down Sally's well.
Yikes. What makes you think that?
The Department of Health found unusually high levels of arsenic in the water sample I sent them.
Somebody's trying to poison
Take
you
a
with
sip,
arsenic?
Nance.
They said that?
Here, drink up. Drink up. Take a sip. Here you go. Yum, yum, yum.
They weren't sure. They were going to run some more tests.
So somebody could be trying to poison you.
But you don't know for sure.
Right. And they may not be trying to poison anybody. They may want to contaminate the well just enough to force Sally to either go to the expense of digging a new one or forget the whole thing and leave.
And because arsenic is found naturally in well water anyway, you may never know for sure. Bummer.
I found the coolest old newspaper. It's from 1927, and on the front page is an article about Mickey Malone and a man named William Akers.
Akers? Any relation to Park Ranger Jeff Akers?
When I asked, Jeff Akers said that it was just a huge unfortunate coincidence. According to the paper, William Akers was Mickey Malone's most trusted employee, his #1 go-to guy.
Where'd you find it?
Luce, thank you for the resub and enjoy the lurk. 2 months. Jamie, oh, it's so nice to see you. Million years. Yeah, welcome in. Congrats for on coming third. I wish there was a way Nancy could drink the water and die. Wait, Andrew, did I tell you about the drowning death scene that I didn't even realize was there? If you don't grab the life vest after fixing the motor, Nancy will, I guess, fall out of the boat and drown, which is hilarious. But you would have to do it after fixing the motor. So if you wanted to get the explosion second chance, you would have to incorrectly repair the motor and still not grab the vest, because once you have the vest, it's always in your inventory. Oh, I can't scroll the inventory, but it's there.
You know how I always seem to wind up in houses with secret passageways?
Sometimes I think they follow you around.
Well, I found these hidden stairs leading from the living room into the cellar.
What's down there?
That's what's weird. The stairs led down into this empty space. There's some kind of safe in the wall and a set of stairs leading to a door that goes outside, but that was it.
Why would Malone bother hiding a staircase if it didn't go somewhere important?
Bye, you guys.
Ta-ta!
Ciao for now.
I forgot which game is my favorite. Shadow at the Water's Edge, I would say, is my favorite. But Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon and Waverly Academy are also up there. I think those would be my top 3. So sometimes Phantom of Venice and Blue Moon Canyon kind of flip-flop. But Shadow at the Water's Edge has been my favorite for a while. 2, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 8. Nope, that was wrong. 5, 3, 8, 9.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, did you see them? Did you see the dogs?
Yes, I did, and I can understand why you left. They were pretty frightening. But if it's okay with you, I'd really like to stay and get to the bottom of whatever's going on. That's why you asked me here in the first place, right?
Yes, but Nancy, are you sure?
Big Head has
Positive.
turned me
Consider
off to think
Detective
that you're
Drew
pure hatred
officially
of
on the
Justin.
case.
Justin,
I wish I
Colin,
worked
same
in
thing,
Pastor
same
Cooper,
person.
You are Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
Shut up. They're dogs. Hope you've been well then. Yeah, my holiday season has been pretty chill so far. I'm still waiting on a couple gifts to come in the mail, and then I have to wrap them. I do celebrate Christmas. And I'm not looking forward to wrapping them. Luckily, they are all boxes, though, so it's not hard. I'm not very good at wrapping, especially if it's a weird shape, but I even struggle to wrap a box, which is kind of sad, but it's the reality of the situation. What was I going to ask? Oh, I was going to ask, I know Andrew has a hot take, unpopular opinion on which Nancy game is his favorite, but does anybody have a favorite that is a generally disliked game? Be interested to know. Generally, the community tends to like the same kinds of games. Like, I don't think I've ever met anybody who doesn't like Deception Island, or at least doesn't hate Deception Island.
I need you to tell me everything you can about those dogs.
They're black and they have yellow glowing eyes and they don't like me one bit.
When's the first time you saw them?
Well, let's see. I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night, howling in the distance. But I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
Mods, can we get a ban on Austin real quick? Loving Shattered Medallion? You have to be lying. like, actually, what? Explain, Austin. Please explain. Because I will say, I can come up with a couple redeeming qualities. Not lying because I like reality TV. That's what I was thinking. It was like most people who say they like Medallion, or what I would imagine they would say is they like how messy it is. Like the reality TV of it all.
When they appeared, did they always do the same thing?
Yes, come to think of it. They always came running up to the house, barking and snarling. They'd lunge at the windows, they'd jump up on the door, they'd run around and bark some more, then they'd run off. What are you getting at?
These attacks seem to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly attacked by a pack of wild dogs, but by dogs who've been trained by someone determined to scare you out of your house at Moon Lake.
Who would want to do that? My closest neighbor lives 2 miles away. My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off-season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
Not like a top 3, but I don't hate it as much as most. So, what is your opinion on Labyrinth of Lies, then? I feel like you either like Shattered Medallion or you like Labyrinth of Lies, but not both. Like, I would rather play Labyrinth of Lies because of the setting and and it's just less frustrating to me than Shattered Medallion, but I'd be interested to know your opinions on the Labyrinth of Lies. Also, if I lived in a cabin in the woods and a bunch of dogs started running up on my house, I would not assume that they were random. I would assume that they were someone's dogs. Like, I wouldn't think that, oh, these must be wild dogs that are just that have it out for my house. I would assume that it's somebody's dogs who are maybe let off leash and are, you know, not supposed to be running out, but I would assume that they were someone's pets. Remember not liking the puzzles. It's okay, I haven't played it in a while. The Treasure in the Royal Tower, that's a popular one. Yeah, a lot of people like Treasure in the Royal Tower, but you know who doesn't like Treasure in the Royal Tower is MLMs. according to her very extensive rubric for rating games, apparently Treasure in the Royal Tower was ranked last. Which was surprising. A lot of people were surprised about that.
Which 3 people?
Let's see, the park ranger. I forget his name.
Just
Kind of a
kidding.
pain in the neck. Emily Griffin. She's the one who owns that store I told you about. And I ran into this bird watcher a couple of times. Had a funny name.
Red Knot. I run into him too.
Other than people I may have nodded hello to while getting gas or something, I swear those are the only people I've talked to at Moon Lake.
Mm-hmm. Like Shattered Medallion, but only because New Zealand's known for having Cordell sheep, and I raised Cordell sheep for 22 years. Okay, that's a good reason for enjoying the game, yeah. The sheep representation. Also, this is the same voice as Hotchkiss. I had to look it up. Fake fan, fake Carrie Healy fan, but this is the same voice as Hotchkiss.
What about
I'm gonna
River
have to
Heights?
catch her up
Can you
on.
think of anyone there who'd want you to sell your house at Moon Lake and move back to River Heights?
You mean like an angry ex-boyfriend or something? Nope, I sure can't.
Since I'm going to be staying here a while, is there anything I should know about the place?
Well, let's see. I've got the water turned off because it's well water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and watch where you walk in the living room. Some of the floorboards are so rotten you could fall right through. And I keep hearing these faint squeaks and rustling type noises coming from below the floor. I hope you're not scared of mice.
Yeah, yes, Austin. So, Carrie Healy is the voice of Hotchkiss. She's also the voice of Simone, Sally, Paula Santos, Harper Thornton, and she has, like, additional voices in the Dossier game. She's also in Putt Putt Saves the Zoo, but it doesn't say who she voices, unfortunately. Can we tell her about the well? We can.
I'm afraid I have some bad news. I had your well water tested, and according to the health department, it contains a very high level of arsenic.
Arsenic? Somebody poisoned my well?
The health department can't say for sure yet, but if that is the case, do you have any idea who would do a thing like that?
No. And it doesn't matter. I love that house, and I am going to live in it. If that well's bad, I'll just dig another one. At least, I will when I know for sure why bad things keep happening there. You are going to figure that out, right, Nancy?
You bet I am.
I knew I could count on you.
Jesus. Isn't this is like a grown-ass woman depending on an 18-year-old kid to solve all her problems. Maybe not the best dynamic. Like, she's like the one who she took the pictures that are hanging in Carson's office or something. Like, and she can afford a house, so clearly she's older than Nancy. Sally kind of sucks. No, literally, Phlebotomist. Welcome in, by the way. Like, I get being scared of the dogs, being freaked out. Actually, why is Nancy even here? Was she supposed to investigate the dogs while Sally was there and then Sally got scared and left? Or is this like a DDI situation where she was like going on vacation? Or like going on it like to hang out? Isn't that how usually it goes for Nancy? That is true, Nancy does. But sometimes it like... I don't know, I feel like weirdly the games where the the mystery just kind of falls into Nancy's lap make more sense. Like, in terms that to me, than when she's hired to do a case. Like in Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, like there's not supposed to be the mystery of where Lori went, but it just kind of falls in Nancy's lap, and it makes a little more sense. Like the Hardy Boys got invited, and she's their +1, or even Trail of the Twister. Like that one, she is sent on a mystery, but it still makes more sense than go help the photographer that took photos that are hanging in my office with her dog problem. Solve the case, and then Sally laughed. He was like, nah, I'm out. Yeah. Alright, I guess maybe the better thing would be like, generally when Nancy's undercover, it works better, even though it, like, the questions she asks are ridiculous. Imagine if you went on vacation and the maid at the hotel that you were staying in started asking you about your motivation. Like, oh, so you collect dinosaur bones and you also use, you know, dynamite to blow up dirt to make art. So clearly you must be here so you can blow stuff up with dynamite, right? Like she's really out of pocket for that. But anyway, sidebar over.
That Emily
Back to
Griffin
the
is quite
conversation
a character. How well do you know her?
I feel like I've known her all my life. She's so open and friendly. She likes to make it sound as if Moon Lake used to be a major hangout for criminals and degenerates, which isn't really true and irks some people around here no end. But I figure she's just trying to make a buck.
I'm curious, why did you characterize the park ranger as a pain in the neck?
I left part of a ham sandwich on a picnic table once. Big mistake. From the way he carried on, you'd think I just made the FBI's 10 most wanted list. I don't think he likes me. Emily says it's because I wrecked his dream of becoming Super Ranger or something when I bought the Malone house instead of the Parks Department. Me, I think he just basically has a problem relating to people unless they're asking questions or breaking the law.
I do not have a Bud Goes on a Rant bingo event, but I wrote that down and I will add it. When I have a second.
Where'd all that stuff in your tool shed come from?
It's just junk left behind by previous owners. Came with the house. I've been meaning to take inventory and start taking stuff,
Thanks for the
but
hydrate.
I didn't. If they ever make procrastination a crime, I'm done for.
Are you aware that you're the proud owner of your very own cemetery?
Yes. When the realtor told me there was a cemetery on the property, I went, ugh. But when I saw how far from the house it was and how small it was, I decided I could live with it, as it were.
So you didn't go out there much?
No.
Talk to you later.
Keep me posted.
Okay. Let's call Frank and Joe. 2, 8, 6.
Hello?
Hey, Joe. It's Nancy.
Nancy, how's it going? No, wait, don't answer that. Talk about the weather or something.
The weather?
Yeah, that'll give me time to grab the other phone and take it outside. Frank's washing the car. He'll kill me if he misses anything. Here, wait a sec. Take a break, it's Nancy. Hang on, he's putting the hose down. He's drying his hands. He's walking over.
Nancy, hi. What's up? Bess and George say you've got another mystery on your hands.
Or should we say, on your paws.
They told you about the dogs?
We made them tell us everything. Pumped them dry.
As you may have guessed, we're not exactly rolling in detective work here.
So you're living vicariously through me.
It's not the first time, sad to say.
What conclusions have you reached so far, Detective?
Nancy is a furry. Nancy and Ranger Akers, both furries. Oh, I'm not saying it was meant to be. Excuse me, I'm not saying it was meant to be, but it would be meant to be.
If nothing else, those ghost dogs are very well trained. I'm watching to see who owns and or trains dogs around here.
Good plan. But don't forget, a really smart perpetrator is going to make it look like he or she has no connection to dogs whatsoever.
But then a really, really smart perp might have dogs all over the place and not bother to hide it, because he or she would figure you'd never suspect anyone so obvious.
Right. I think it's interesting you can't call Ned in this one. You can call, it's like, you can call him in Stay Tuned for Danger, and you can call him in Royal Tower. You can't call him in Scarlet Hand. And I don't think you can call him in Carousel either. There's like this weird stretch of time when you can't call him. Nancy's like, I can't be bothered to talk to that flop. I'm gonna talk to my real boyfriend Frank Hardy instead.
Emily Griffin doesn't seem to have any dogs.
Uh-oh. Move her up on your suspect list.
I'd move her down.
You know, Joe, something tells me we're
I
not
think we're on a
helping.
break.
I'm convinced that someone is using those ghost dogs to scare Sally into abandoning Malone's house. If I can just figure out why, I might be able to
you call
figure out
him
who.
Never hurts to
You
look
definitely
for
can
motive.
call him in Blackmore Manor, because when I was playing Blackmore Manor, at one point, Ned called. I guess if you don't call him, he calls you. Because he's needy idiot. Like, he's a little baby. um, that's its final scene. Can you call him in Final Scene? I've never played Final Scene, so I wouldn't know. I'm sitting here thinking about it like I've played it. Oh, yeah, okay. I think, from what I know of people playing Final Scene, I seem to remember that you can call him. I know that Scott Carty also voices the guy from the Library, the Library of Congress. You can, okay. So there's a space of Sherman Trout, yep. You tell Eustacia and Drop-Off that Sherman Trout is a man of his word. Or whoever he's talking to. So there's like 6 games in a row that you can't call him. And Charlie, yep. Of course.
Malone and his 4 dogs are supposedly buried in a little cemetery near the house. They've all got headstones inscribed with when they were born and when they died.
That's interesting. Did Malone have family?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then who had the tombstones inscribed?
I don't know, but it had to be someone who had access to Malone's house and property after he died.
Oh, it was
Sounds like
probably
this latest
William
puzzle of yours is
Akers.
Still missing a few pieces.
Later, guys.
We'll be waiting.
Okay, anyway. Now we can go open the safe. Well, ideally we can go open the safe. Oh no, that's the reset button. Dang it. No. Oh. No, I did. 1. Wait. Hold on. Try that. Twist it to the right first. 1, 2, 9, 3, 2. Oh, do I have to push the button each time? Nice.
I bet those were deer mice.
I bet those were deer mice. William Akers, 1933 to 1942.
Speakeasy.
Today Mickey went to prison, but when they were taking him to the paddy wagon, he told me to take care of his dogs, and when the time came to do their tombstones, like he told me, wow, it's almost as if we were just talking to the Hardy Boys about who we thought did the tombstones, and I said it was probably William Akers. Then he whispered to me to look under the Victrola in the speakeasy at Moon Lake. He said I'd find a map to the gold he stole 2 years ago. Then they shoved him into the wagon, and that was that. Poor Mickey. How's a guy who's never spent one night in jail supposed to spend 8 years in prison? He'll never make it. I think he wants me to have the gold because deep down he knows he's never coming home. Jesus. Anyway, I looked under the Victrola and found the map. The problem is there's nothing on it except a bunch of lines and the words "the dogs will lead the way." There's no X marking the spot or directions or nothing. But I need money bad. My wife and baby haven't had anything decent to eat in months, so I'm gonna pack them up and move to Moon Lake permanently so I can spend all my time looking for the gold. Yeah, or you could just, I don't know, get a job? Mickey never told me outright that he was the guy who pulled off the hole-in-the-floor gold heist. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind, Mickey. Exactly. He said the less I knew, the healthier I'd stay, but according to the papers, a bunch of gold was stolen off a moving train right under the noses of about a dozen Pinkertons. Mickey must have greased somebody's palms real good. Hawk Tua spit on that thing. And got him to cut a hole in the floor of the boxcar the gold was going to be shipped in. After the gold was loaded, one of his boys crawled under the train and pulled himself into the boxcar. Then when the train was moving, he dropped the gold down the hole onto the tracks. Mickey's boys picked it up and got away clean. Nobody ever suspected Mickey was behind it. So what I'm looking for is 20 gold bars. The papers said altogether they weighed around 600 pounds. The question is, did Mickey hide them in one place or did he spread them around? He must have buried them somewhere. Or must have buried them, but where? I just thought of something. Maybe Mickey trained his dogs to go to the gold if you say the right word. I'm going to try saying gold tomorrow and see what happens. Taking a break from painting because it needs to dry. Nice. Would you say you are done with the painting now, or are you putting on the finishing touches, or earlier you said you were at 90%, so are you closer to 100 now? Like, what percentage are we at, give or take? $95. All right. Nice. Give it a break to dry, go in for the last 5%. Respect. I get that. July 14th. I've said every word I can think of to all the dogs, but they haven't led me anywhere. Except around in circles. I spent the last month following them around. First Xander, then Vitus, then Lucy. I don't have to follow Iggy because all he does is sleep on the porch. So it looks like I'm gonna have to start digging. I'll dig under the porch first, seeing that's where Iggy always is. October 21st. I started working as a handyman over in Lewistown to make ends meet, so even though I stop by Mickey's every day to feed the dogs, I can only look for the gold at night. I dug around all under the porch, but didn't find nothing. I marked the porch.
Joe Akers? Emily said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Akers after all.
Thanks. I have to do 3 shades of brown, 1 dark, 1 a little lighter, and the third a little lighter than the light, so it's tedious. Yeah, I can imagine. But I bet it's going to look awesome in the end. The map, because... something on the map with a big eye for Iggy, because that's the place he always leads me to. I was so busy digging last Tuesday night that I almost wasn't there when my son was born. God. We're calling him Joe. His big sister is real happy. She says baby Joe is just like the dolly she's always wanted. But we could never afford to get her. The truth is, we can't really afford Joe neither. Yeah, I think a baby is more expensive than a doll. Maybe you should have gotten your daughter the doll after all. I kept writing to Mickey, asking him to please tell me straight out where the gold is, but he never writes back. I'll just have to keep digging. Iggy mentioned. Tomorrow I still have to paint the sides black and white and write his name, so I'll be done by Saturday. I bet it'll be a huge relief when it's done. I know you've been working on it for a while. Leavenworth Prison, Leavenworth 48, Kansas. Are they, like, not allowed to put a real address? Because Leavenworth 48, like, what is that? Like, the 48th what? Street? Avenue? September 9th, 1935. Now I spend all my free time digging in the woods. I dig around everything that could be a landmark. Logs, rocks. Is it not the prison cell? Oh, maybe. Do around everything be landmark, logs, rocks, tree stumps, but I never find nothing. Plus, I keep getting lost. The paths look so much alike, especially at night, that I spend most of my time figuring out where I am. So last Sunday, I memorized the way to the cemetery. It's left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. New drum rudiment dropped. I'm gonna... New Konami code. February 11th, 1939. Even though Mickey never allowed the dogs in the speakeasy or the tunnels, I've been looking there for the gold because I looked everywhere else I can think of and got nowhere. Last week, I found out that Mickey changed the passcode to the spigots in the speakeasy. This got my hopes up, because the way I figured it, why would Mickey change the code without telling me unless he was hiding something? But when I finally figured out the new code, I didn't find nothing in the tunnel that opened up there that wasn't there before. Why Mickey spent all that money on pictures of those dogs of his, I'll never understand. March 2nd, 1942. I give up. Mickey's dead, and so are all his dogs. I'll never find the gold. I got a good job offer in Harrisburg, and I'm gonna take it. Little Joe and Sarah deserve a better life than they've ever gotten so far. And it's high time Callie got a nice house and a husband who doesn't spend all his time chasing after something he can't find. But I'm leaving this journal here because who knows, maybe someday I'll suddenly remember something Mickey said, and it'll finally hit me where he hid the gold. Maybe I'll come back here and find it after all. But in the meantime, I got my family. They're what's important. They're treasure enough.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
I don't know, Nancy. You figure that out. One of my biggest gripes about the older games is that you have to flip the book all the way back to the front before you can put it down. Like, why can't I just put the book down? But... oh, right, we gotta go. Let's go... we gotta talk to Jeff to get the phone number for the girlfriend, Vivian.
Good news! I have information on your mystery woman.
Thank you so much. Is she still alive?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
What do you know about a man named Joe Akers?
Why do you ask?
I recently found out that William Akers had a son.
All right. William Akers was my grandfather.
And you don't want anyone to know that.
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was, and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
What did William Akers do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man. I apologize for my previous behavior. As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed. It's my duty as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
What can you tell me about the gold that Malone supposedly buried on his property?
As far as I know, it doesn't exist. It's just one of those rumors people want to believe, so they do.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Alright, for those of you who are waiting for a past game reference on your bingo card, we're about to have one, because we're about to call Vivian Whitmore. It's fair. Oh. Oh, I forgot that if you... it, like, cycles on. Okay. Vivian Whitmore. 702. Oh wait, we're not gonna get the past game reference yet. It's when we call it the second time. Sorry, my bad.
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call, but you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida, and when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff. You'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
It was of you and Mickey Malone. Do you remember him?
Of course I remember him. I remember everything about that time of my life. It was the roaring 20s, for crying out loud. One of the most exciting decades in American history. Just because I've got a few years on most people doesn't mean my brain's turned to tapioca, sweet stuff.
Did you spend much time at his place on Moon Lake?
Moon Lake. Talk about your fond memories. I had a lot of fun there. Although I wasn't anywhere near as wild as most young people were back then. But I think Mickey kind of respected me for that. I was his gal for 5 years. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
Right. Getting new eyeglasses tomorrow and beer. Ooh, that's exciting. Are they like the same style as your previous glasses, or are you going with something new? Also, what kind of beer are you getting, Cat Lover? Exciting all around. But... Also, not gonna lie, Vivian sounds kind of boring. Like, she sounds like she's trying to be like the contrarian, like, I didn't drink during the roaring 20s because I'm morally superior. Okay. Who cares that he kept birch beer on tap? That's not important.
Tell me about the speakeasy.
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least
Style.
one trip to Moon Lake
My
Mickey.
fancy glasses, black, blends in and bud because it's cheap. Need it for the game tomorrow. Nice. Nice.
That's weird. I'm staying in his old house on Moon Lake, and I haven't seen any sign of a speakeasy.
Course you haven't. You're not supposed to. Only Mickey and Willie knew how to get into the speakeasy from the house. The rest of us had to go in and out the regular way, through the cemetery.
The cemetery?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
Do you know anything about the safe that's in the cellar of his house at Moon Lake?
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's. By Willie, I mean William Akers, one of the guys who worked for Mickey.
Did all Malone's employees have their own safes?
Not hardly. Mickey treated most of his employees like dirt, but not Willie. He honestly liked Willie, trusted him. And when Willie decided he wanted his own safe, Mickey said, "What the hey?" No one knew the combination, not even Mickey. Mostly because Willie was constantly changing it. He was a little paranoid and superstitious. Well, as I recall, he picked the most unlucky number he could think of and used that for the combination. He called it a reverse jinx.
William Akers, the guy you call Willie. He wrote about looking for the gold that Malone had supposedly buried on his property at Moon Lake. Do you know anything about that?
The hole in the floor gold heist. Well, I'll be darned.
So it's true? He did bury gold on his property?
Truth be told, when Mickey told me he was the one who pulled off that heist and that he'd buried 20 gold bars at Moon Lake, I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. See, Mickey and I were on the outs by then. I thought he was just trying to entice me to come back. But if he told Willie the same thing, maybe there's something to the story after all.
Do you have any idea where he might have hidden it?
Afraid not. Mickey was so secretive that the men who completed his house at Moon Lake were not only forbidden to talk about the work they'd done, but they were ordered to leave the state for good, or else. But you know, I think he mentioned a map. Yes. He said he was making a treasure map and that... the dogs. Something about those dogs of his.
The dogs will lead the way?
He was always saying that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he had it engraved on his tombstone. Think, Viv, think! He said he was making a treasure map, and that he was also having paintings done of each dog. He made it sound like one thing had something to do with the other, like he was giving me some big important clue. But I just figured he was playing games, trying to lure me back with mystery and intrigue. I told him to buzz off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Hi, Personal Style. Welcome in.
Did he say what he was going to do with the paintings?
He said he was going to hang them in the speakeasy, and I'm sure that's precisely what he did.
Can you remember anything about Malone's dogs that might suggest where he hid the gold?
I stayed away from his dogs. They made me nervous, always jumping around, barking at this or that. The only one I liked was, what was his name? Iggy! I liked Iggy because he was nice and quiet. He just lay on the porch all day and didn't make a peep.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using two main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
Finish painting tomorrow, make cupcakes, and remote training and studying tomorrow, so be up at 5 or 6 at the latest. I do not envy you for having to wake up early. I hate waking up early. So, good luck, cat lover. Hopefully it's not too bad. And then you'll have some downtime. I hope the cupcakes turn out good, too.
The key to the tombstone? You still have it?
It's in the bottom of my jewelry box. I've come this close to throwing it out 100 times, but it's so small, and the memories it brings back are so big. Well, I just couldn't, as a joke. Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
It's been fun talking to you.
Anytime.
Pull away wreath cake. Ooh, that sounds festive. Now we gotta go to bed. Wake up in the morning. Wait, let's see if... Hold on. What? Okay, I guess I can't look at the birds. Let me see what Red Knot has to say before we leave.
How's the bird watching coming along?
Mickey Malone supposedly buried a bunch of stolen gold bars on his property way back in the 20s. Did you know that?
Really? That's interesting. I don't much care, but it's interesting.
See you in a while.
Okay.
Down a notch. Remember.
no idea what birds I do and don't have. I guess we'll have to go in the woods and see. Okay, let me think about this. If we go to Ranger Acres, we can send the key. The key won't come till later. No, we'll go send the picture.
Hello again, Miss Drew. Am I in for another interrogation?
I'd like to mail this photo to the woman in Las Vegas. Can you do that for me?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Did your grandfather ever find any gold on Malone's property?
If he did, he never spent it. He wasn't poor when he died, but he certainly wasn't rich.
Hello, Silly Munchies. Welcome in.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
We're just gonna pet the dog for a while. Nancy said, "Not rich, can't relate." Oop. Nancy, your games are such an ASMR, but they really are sometimes. I don't know about that. I don't think there's anything we can do over here, but we'll go and find out. We haven't done the Dota Canyon puzzle yet, but
How you holding up?
Do you know anything about the gold that Mickey Malone supposedly buried somewhere on his property?
All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
Guess I'll see you later.
I guess you will.
Now, I just realized something about her, and I don't know if I like it, but she looks and acts and sounds like female Shorty. And now you have to live with that information too, so you're welcome. Bird searching. Lynn, thank you for the hydrate. Okay. And now we're at the fun part of the game where I have to look for birds, but I don't know what birds I have and which birds I don't, because it doesn't let you look at the fucking camera. But hi, Lynn. Happy Thursday. Okay. So we're at the log. Hold on. Go this way. Oh, I just went around in a circle. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, okay, left, Right. Left. Okay, so maybe it's a... This. Okay. We're at the yellow ribbon. Okay. I think I have all of the birds, though. I have the camo. Oh! Spoke too soon. Where is it? Am I tripping? Where is it? So it should be... You won the cupcakes in the shape you want. You can be funny for the item. I don't think I've ever seen one in person, but I've definitely seen pictures of the pull away cupcake cake thing. They look pretty cool. It seems like a good way to avoid there being a bunch of leftover cake. Wait, I think I just... Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Oh, we need the cardinal too. Okay. Okay, so we gotta go back the way we came. Stop. Right, left, left. Right, left, left, right, right. Left, right, right, left. Right, left, left, right, right. Left, right. There we go. It's also easier to transport so the kids can take them home. For sure. Yeah. Left. Right. Nope. Sorry. Right. Right. Left. Right. Right. Left. Left. Right. Left. Left. Right. I'm going straight ahead. There you are. Straight. Okay, now the only thing we need is the hawk. You know, the bird that hasn't been here for 50 plus, you know. I'm away. Basic fire train. Let's go this way. Okay, there we go. Right. I guess we go see if the picture got... or the key arrived.
Hello again, Miss Drew.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Just kidding. Right, so I guess we will go take a nap. Go take a nap. I said I'd finish this game. Well, I do that. Maybe I'll just go to bed early. I don't even know what I'm gonna have for dinner. Get hungry. No. Alright, now let's go talk to Red. Tell him we can't find the hawk. Hasn't been here for 50 years.
How's the bird watching coming along?
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
No, Red, I haven't.
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
See you in a while.
No, Red, I haven't.
Notch. Remember.
I'm gonna take you down a notch. How about that?
I'd better wait until daylight.
Girl, it's a tree. I'd better wait until daylight. What, so you can tell that it's a tree? Get out of here, Nancy. Listen.
Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree. That sounded like a hawk.
That sounded like a hawk.
There it is. I better get a picture before it takes off.
Okay, alright.
Hey, what is that hawk standing
Yeah,
on?
what is it, Stan? It's like a speaker.
Oh, that looks like a speaker. Huh? I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied. I can't move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
I mean, I feel like we have to... I feel like we have to let Nancy die. Wouldn't spraying, like, the pesticide into the fire make it, like, explode? Like, get bigger? Not a Nancy game unless you can... I have to go to the bathroom anyway, so... Y'all enjoy Nancy dying while I go piss James. Oh no, did Nancy die? Oh, how sad. Just heard. Oh, shit, I fucked that up. Hi, Haley. Welcome in.
Hey, Dad!
Oh, I know why I can't hear it, because OBS updated. I saw the picture. Stupid OBS. There you go. Oh, I need... Okay, hold on. Hold on, go back. Second house. Whoa. Oh. Oh, there we go. Alright, I figured it out. Here we go. Angela, congrats on your bingo.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
What if we just... Come on.
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
I was looking at birds, and then I noticed something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke
Much
inhalation
sense.
or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out.
I'm gonna
locked
count
you
this
in
as
a
Nancy
shed,
gets a
set it on
phone call
fire,
because
and
we
you think
didn't
they were
make the phone
what?
call
Just pulling a
ourselves.
prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
Okay, great. So we got the bird pictures. Oh, can we see the... You have my key?
A package just arrived for you from Las Vegas.
Yep.
Great. Vivian sent me the key.
Oh.
I'll dispose of the package.
This is a past game reference. It's the... It says... that says Pakal, I'm pretty sure, but it's like the Maya carving. So we didn't even have to hear Eustacia to get the past game reference.
Wouldn't want to break any littering laws, would we?
Austin, congrats on your bingo.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Pet your dog before I leave. It's the only good thing about you. Right, okay. Oh, I should save, actually. Oh. Wrong keyboard. Now, tomorrow the Epstein file should be fully leaked. I'm kidding. Okay. Now, will it let me put in the password even though I don't know it? Banpo. Bavpo. Alpo. Old. Hippie. Fun. Wampa. Oh, it needs to be an A. Stabs. Oh, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Bundo. Tag yourself. I'm Bundo. This one goes by itself. So Wavdo. Ooh, Wavdo is good too. Salco. Pipo. Wavdo. Bald. Woldo. I do not need to call again. Okay.
It's too dark. I need a flashlight.
Girl, you have a flashlight. Where's your fucking flashlight? Wait, where it? Does that just open the... Oh, that...
Oh, the batteries are going dead.
The batteries are
I can't see a thing. I'd better go back.
Is your reaction? Okay.
Oh, the batteries are going dead. I can't see a thing. I'd better go back. It's silly to try to explore this in the dark.
I'm working on it, Nancy. Nancy, please.
Oh, the batteries are going dead. I can't see a thing. I'd better go back.
Oh. There we go. Massive panic attack if that happened to me. Yeah, I would not do that. I would just pull the lever to keep the staircase open. Personally. But I guess I'm just built different. Go back into the woods. Oh, this is how... Okay, this is when we do the puzzle. Where they're throwing the soda cans. Enjoy the lurk, Danny.
How you holding up?
I need flashlight batteries. Do you carry them?
Yep. But you know, I've been meaning to make a purty display out of them packs of combo coal over there for the longest time. Just can't seem to get around to it.
I could probably do that.
Here's the way it should look when you're done.
Okay. Did we find out who let the dogs out? Not quite. Not yet. We're working on it. We're getting closer. Welcome in, Lauren. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine. That was also fine. That one's good.
Ta-da! One smiling goldfish. It's obviously never tried Combo Cola.
Damn. Read her. Alright, give me my fucking batteries.
Hey, Nancy. This mean you got them cans stacked?
You bet. They look just like the picture you gave me, which you can have back.
Here's your batteries. And thanks, Nancy.
Damn. 4 batteries. So do you think, excuse me, the flashlight takes 4 batteries, or do you think she's feeling generous and is just giving us 4 batteries in case we run out? Because, you know, flashlights like this generally take gigantic batteries. It takes 4. Okay. I wasn't paying attention to how I have to click the letters on the tombstone. Fernsey. Aldo, Waiko, Stanpo, Avco, Bando.
It's silly to try to explore this in the
Nancy,
dark.
Please. Right, okay. Can't go that way.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Girl.
So this is the speakeasy.
And
wow.
why is the electricity still on in the speakeasy? There he is, Baldo. Dog.
Ah, he's so cute.
Dog. Dog. Moon Lake Moonshine. Dogs. Dog. Is that supposed to be Vivian? Getaway car vacations. Bullet holes, great. Aha. Now I don't have to put that stupid combination in ever again. Boneyard. Dapper Dog Soda Spirits.
Those must be the spigots William Akers mentioned in his journal.
Oh, I forgot to pay attention to
The spigot won't move. There must be a way to unlock these spigots.
I forgot to look at the colors. Iggy is yellow. Lucy is green. Xander is red. So Vitus is blue. Reverb fart. Thank you for the reverb fart, Risque. I did not hear it because OBS updated, so it doesn't play on my end. Hold on 1 second. So I got the colors down. Oh, there's Vitus.
If map is correct, the tree where Vitus would bark at the hawks used to be right about here.
Great. Love when Nancy does things on her own. I don't have to do awesome. Soda. Okay. Now this is where it's like backwards. So you would think that like pulling the taps on the spigots would make the letters move, but it's actually pushing the buttons or something. So red has to be X. So let's see what that does. Noda. Blue has to be V. Oh. There we go. Yellow has to be I. I'm sure there's a way to, like, there's a set number that it should be, but it's way easier to just do it one at a time. And then green has to be L. There we go. Secret tunnel. Bug.
It's too dark.
Girl, please. ACC. You know, it's going good. We are trucking along. Excuse me. Sorry. I think we're relatively close to the end. That doesn't. That's not. So excited about that. I mean, I like this game, don't get me wrong, but I'm ready for it to be over. Do not remember this one at all. This way. A dead end. Great. I have to look at which of these.
Xander, played by the pump, which is right here.
Okay, but how do I make him or notice? Okay. I might have to. Oh. So we got the location of 3 of the dogs. I just cannot remember how to get her to point out that Lucy stands on the boat. I have to look at the actual dog. Or not, okay. Well, I was gonna make some phone calls anyway.
Hello?
Is this Vivian?
No, this is your station drop-off. Vivian's fixing snacks in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh, Eustacia Andropov? Harry Houdini's cousin?
Use the air horn like I showed you!
No, Eustacia, wait! It's Nancy Drew. I talked to you on the phone a couple of months ago, just after a friend of mine was kidnapped in St. Louis. I asked you questions about the theater where the kidnapping took place, the Royal Palladium, remember?
Nancy Drew, the Snoopy one. You're not dead yet?
No.
Most people, I talk to them one day, next day they're dead. It is an old age thing.
Oh, stop being so morbid here. Have some clam dip. Hello? Nancy? So you know Eustacia, huh? Small world. Well, what's up?
If you know where the last one goes, which it looks like you do, Nancy does not need to know in order for it to work. Okay. Doesn't she comment on it when you look, like, can I interact with the map? or do I have to wait for her to comment on the map? Because I know that there's like the two similar maps in the hallway, and she'll say like, oh, these two look the same or something. Oh.
Do you have any idea why the painting Malone had done of his dog, Lucy, shows her on top of an overturned boat?
Lucy, yes. She was the one who would always swim out to the abandoned boat that was stuck on the rocks off Mickey's dock. She'd just lie on it all day, every day, like she owned it. Darndest thing I ever saw.
Now it should work like you're expecting, and hey, we got to talk to Vivian again, which is always a good day, yeah.
Where exactly were these rocks?
About 50 feet off the east end of Mickey's dock. Mickey always warned people he invited to his place about them. Was kind of his way of keeping out party crashers. In fact, as I recall, the boat belonged to Flo Ziegfeld. He was famous, you know. Produced these huge musical extravaganzas on Broadway called the Ziegfeld Follies. Anyway, Mickey didn't like him, thought his show stunk. But Ziegfeld kept begging for an invite to one of his parties, so Mickey finally said okay. Said just be sure to approach the dock from the east. So he did. Ran right up on the rocks and capsized. Boat was a total loss. Ziegfeld was so mad he just left it there. Mickey laughed for weeks.
Oh, from Progressive. Okay, I don't.
It's been fun talking to you.
23
Don't
skidoo,
need to
kiddo.
Yeah, thanks, Vivian. Okay, so now we can go back into the speakeasy. Ooh. This one. Oh no, I do need that out. I'm so sick currently and barely functioning. Have you taken anything for this sick? I hope you feel better soon. Is it worse than yesterday or the same? That's not the map. That's not the correct map. Miss Ivy. Pull up the map. And it's worse, unfortunately. That one. Wait. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Enough plans I've had to cancel is insane. Oh my god, they get on. Oh my god, this game. Whoa, put that back. What? Hold on. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, not the first dog's coordinates being 6, 7. One, 2, 3. 6, 7. Welcome in, Des. Thank you for gifting the sub to Lady Fei Fei. Lady Fei Fei, congrats on the sub. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 7. Three, 4, 11. 9, 11. 7. 27. 3, 9, 4, 11. Hell yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound good. Shut up, Nancy. Let's save, actually. Obviously. We gotta call 6, 7.
It's some kind of lock.
It's some kind
It's
of...
some kind of lock. It's some
Oh my
kind
god,
of
I have to talk to
lock.
Red. It's some kind of lock. Oh. Okay, right. So, about that. How do I leave? Oh, maybe this way. Oh! I see. Nope. We're gonna find the dogs, guys.
So you're the ghost dogs. You look pretty real
Oh
to
my god,
me.
they're so loud. Hi. Hi.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good puppy?
See, if I was Nancy, I would just open the cage and take the dogs and leave. Like, fuck the gold. I don't care about... Fuck Sally. I don't care about her. I got 4 new dog friends to hang out with.
These dogs have been trained to act vicious on command.
Wait, I didn't read what that said. Silence Sonic's dog whistle. Your dog can hear it, but you can't. Chinese food. Glow-in-the-dark toothpaste. Safe for humans and pets. Lasts for 3 hours. Washes easily. Just some pizza left out. That's disgusting. Like, why would you leave the slice out of the box like that? Glowing eye. Like, bridles for dogs. Hot exclusive celebrity gossip. Who's cool, who's not? Giant roach found in man's bathtub. So what's new, says DC police. Oh, we have a hype train coming. Okay. Exciting. Mayan temples used as alien landing pads. Glyphs hold keys to evidence. Lose 50 pounds in a day and live. Jesus. That's a lot to lose in a day. The Faniac for the ultimate movie fan. Movie reviews, celebrity news, and more. Look who's back. Despite the Royal Palladium fiasco, Brady Armstrong makes a comeback and Destiny shines forth. Inside, own your very own Roadkill International Film Festival... something. You're done. Oh, did you finish painting, Cat Lover? That's very exciting. That's awesome.
That's the
Now you
speaker I
can
saw in the house.
chillax. Okay. Risque is going to take a blue test. Nice. Please go to urgent care. Yeah, please take care of yourself, Risque. We don't need you being deathly ill right around Christmas. Took a shot of vitamin C with orange, pineapple, Sorola cherry, and coconut water. Sudafed. I recommend Alka-Seltzer. It's like the daytime, nighttime cold stuff, so that they have the daytime kind, which doesn't have the drowsy stuff in it, and then the nighttime kind, which does. I swear by those when I'm sick. Hello, Catherine. Seltzer is legit. Yep. So, question. Now that I am in Endgame, I forgot to go talk to Red when he said, talk to me when you're fine. Is all he does is say that the map was old, or does he actually give me something that I need? Can't take NyQuil because of a medication interaction. Ooh. Okay. I'm not sure if the ingredient in... You don't need to talk about it. Okay. I'm not sure if the ingredient in the... Alka-Seltzer is the same. So, yes, Alka-Seltzer originally is, like, the plop plop fizz fizz kind is, like, for upset stomach, but they make cold medicine too, and it works really well. It comes in, I think it comes in liquid form, but I just get the pills, even though they are about the size of a peanut M&M, so it's like swallowing a peanut M&M whole. I'm not a fan of that, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Home for more K-Friends. Welcome in, MLMs. We, earlier we were talking about our favorite and least favorite Nancy games. I'm going to bring the question back up because there's some new friends in here that were not here earlier. Because someone mentioned that they really like Treasure in the Royal Tower. It reminded me how you had that extensive rating system for the games and how Royal Tower was like at the bottom. Oh, I also keep forgetting to mention Des giving the gift sub. Thank you again, Des, by the way. I do have that, like... oh, I can't see it. The discount for gift subs, because Twitch keeps emailing me about it, and they're like, oh, if you give 5 or more gift subs, you get 35% off. I'm like, that's great. They're like, it expires at the end of December. I'm like, okay, fine. Might as well just put it on. I think it ends at... When does it end? Hold on. Hold, please. I can... I'm not stream manager, maybe? Okay, I have no idea how I can... Yeah, it's active. So if you are feeling extra generous this Christmas season, you can give 5 or more gift subs to get a 35% off discount. Anyway. Hot take is ice is in your bottom 10. Okay, why? Because I like ice. I understand that a lot of people don't like it, or it's not in their favorite, but I really like the setting, and I like the cooking. But if you look at it through the lens of 7.4%, it's not great. Yeah, my biggest gripe about Royal Tower is the, like, how precise you have to be with the clicking. Not that I'm not speedrunning the game by any sense, but sometimes finding where to click on the screen is really hard, and it's really precise, and I'm not a fan. Especially when you're in the library and you're trying to put the do the password, that stresses me out. Biggest gripe with TRT is I keep forgetting where my room is. Yeah, that one is, it's easy to get lost in that. Both the abbreviation and the furry main character of Icicle Creek have aged poorly. No, really. Creature of Kapu Cave, Sea of Darkness, and Ash are in the bottom. Okay. I like Alibi and Ashes. I've never played Kapu Cave, and Sea of Darkness is pretty good. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It's a good middle of the road game for me. Like, there are sections that I like, and there are sections that I don't, but I would say they cancel each other out. Top 10 hot take shows. I also like Trail of the Twister, and I understand why people don't. They hate the, it's all chores, and I get that. But you know what else is all chores? Icicle Creek. In the same vein, the characters in Trail of the Twister are not as likable as White Wolf. Like, everybody in Trail of the Twister is, or at least the ones you talk to the most, are assholes to Nancy for no reason. Then Chase is there, and Pa is also there. But Debbie, Frosty, and Scott, basically, if they're in the house in Trail of the Twister, they're an asshole. Because those three are jerks to Nancy for no reason. Date JC is the best. A true bottom game is key. Alright. And then someone was saying, letter M, hot take that Trail of the Twister is worse than Mid. Interesting. That's just Podunk, Oklahoma. But are they from... It seems like the three of them are not from Oklahoma. Pa is, and Chase is, because he talks about Scott being angrier than all the football coaches in Oklahoma. Also, what's up with Scott's accent? Is his voice actor, like, British? Because the way he says some words, it sounds like he's not American and he's trying to do an American accent. Like, the way he says students. It's just very funny. Yeah, so where did Medallion land on your ranking? Like, was it in the bottom? I just remember that Royal Tower was at the very bottom and people were mad. And that I think Shadow at the Water's Edge was, if it wasn't the top, it was like the top 2. Ow. Oh, we have some bingo events to call. Oh, we were in ads. I don't think you heard that. Sorry. If you were in an ad, I was asking where Shattered Medallion lands on your ranking, because I know that one is, like we had discussed earlier, a pretty widely disliked game, but it does have its fans, I will say. Guess I know. Have we stolen anything? Yeah, we stole that key. Did the cat and old clock. Okay. So 11:28, 1 to 3 a.m., 600 feet northeast of Malone Dock, Combe, cameo pin, 2 bottles empty, 5 coins. Rumor going around that Malone House has been sold. Find gold now. Eddie and Cher, stinky breath, must brush their teeth. Good luck. As someone with a dog, good luck. My dog will not let you go near his teeth. December 5th, 2 to 4:30 a.m., 500 feet northeast of Malone Dock. 1 bottle of cognac full. Tiara rusted. 1 key. Initials MM. Doggy checkup time. Dogs to vet in Lewiston. Appointment 4 p.m. 12:10. Return Titanic to Val's video this same time. Overdue. It's a fight to brush our dog's teeth, so we do it once in a great while. My name is Cat Lover for a reason. Rumor true. Sale of Malone House. Final. Still no sign of gold. Time for plan D, as in dog. Extra treat for Cher for being so good. 12:11, 1 to 2:30 a.m. 500 feet south of Rocks. 1 silver flask, 3 bottles empty, 2 plates slightly damaged. Too cold to drag, store nets for winter. Take MM key found in Lake to Harrisburg. Show Chuck, Charles D. Weasel Antiques dealer and appraisal. Get hair done while in Harrisburg. Vet lab reports in all dogs A++. Buy extra Happy Hound ham sticks for training. New owner moving in late April. Order electronic whistle, speakers, transmitter, eye light, scariest gadgets and gizmos. Chuck says MM key, special made for Malone in 1931. Gold heist was in 1931. Key equals gold. Try in tool shed, speakeasy, Malone house, closets, old trunks. You said store nuts for the winter. MM. Mickey Malone, flip it around, Wicked Witch. No gold. Tiles on mosaics in tunnel. Push in and out. Clue to where gold is. Think. Sally McDonald, 27, freelance photographer. For tunnel kennel, need food bowls, flea collars. 20% off sale at Well Pets. Doggy beds, squeaky toys, chew bones. SM moving in April 19th. Work on mosaics one by one. Push every tile. Nothing happens. Malone is and his stupid puzzles can take a flying leap. Dogs ready for haunting. Wish I could sick them on Malone. Sally M is gone. Who is Nancy Drew? Get out nets. Repair. Check boat for leaks. Sally is 27 and still acts. Well, this is M's. Oh, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. Like, Sally is a grown-ass adult. She is almost 10 years older than Nancy and is not nearly as mature as Nancy, and also is relying on an 18-year-old to solve all of her problems. So, make that make sense, Sally. ND knows about gold, must find before she does. Who? What did Bruce and Meryl roll in during exercise time? Might as well give all of them a bath. So, Danny, congrats on your bingo. So, Bruce is, I think, supposed to be named after Bruce Willis, and Meryl is Meryl Streep, and Cher is Cher. I'm not sure who Eddie is. Is Eddie supposed to be Eddie Murphy? Because there's a couple different famous people named Eddie that it could be. Murphy makes the most sense, but I don't know if there's maybe a better option out there.
I bet the dogs attacked Sally's house because high-frequency signal was transmitted to them through the speaker I saw on the roof.
Oh. I can we want to see. MM. Mickey Malone, flip it around. Wagon wheel Watusi. Bruce Springsteen could be Eddie Money. Oh, that's a good point, Angela. It could be Bruce Springsteen. I just assume Bruce Willis because he's also an actor, like Meryl Streep is, but Bruce Springsteen is also a good option. And he is well, he's from New Jersey, but he is big in Pennsylvania. So that would track. Okay. Okay, bye dogs. Actually, no, I want to say goodbye to dogs one more time.
You've been trained to respond to a silent signal from this thing, haven't you?
Hi. The boss is, yeah, that's what they call him.
Hey girl, you're not vicious, are you? No, you're a nice doggy.
Wow, there's a lot of dialogue lines
Hey
for the
girl,
dogs.
you're not vicious, are you? No, you're a nice doggy.
Sorry if that was really loud. That was like peaking the audio in OBS. The dogs have something to say, apparently. Right, oh, right. Over here. Past it. This one? Oh, you're gonna make me push them again. There we go. Okay, now we have the key.
It's some kind of lock.
Let's see. Alright, here we are. Oh, I need the... There it is. No. Water level. Okay.
It's locked. It's locked.
Let's see. Please.
It's locked.
Oh. This one. Okay. I don't know what that did. I think that just unlocks this.
It's blocked.
It's blocked. Does that do anything? I think we're gonna die. Okay. So that was not the correct way to do it.
It's locked. It's blocked.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. We did it. Oh. I don't know if I need that. I'm gonna take it.
I'm this close to finding the gold. I
just
just know
know
it.
Great. Anyway. Oh. Pearlmeister. I don't think I have that on my bank. I do not. MCN, so 1924. Green has to be. Okay. Oh, it's one of these puzzles. Red. Blue.
The wheel is gone.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
I'd better make sure this door is closed all the way before I fool around with anything else.
No, it's fine, Nancy. You just need the stupid thing. Literally don't even worry about it.
£600 of gold bullion. Wow.
Wow.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth have we got here?
Why is she so loud?
I can't let Emily catch me.
Wait. This? Yeah. Lock her in.
There's plenty of gold. Open the door!
Open the door. No, girl, why would I do that?
Nancy, wait! Let's talk about this. This can just be our little secret. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, remember? Nancy!
The gold's all yours, Em. Enjoy it while you can. Dear Ned, as soon as I got out of the tunnels, Emily had left a door open. I called the sheriff. But when I led him back down the well to the room where I'd left Emily,
yeah.
she refused to leave. He and his deputies finally got her out, but one of them said afterward that if he had to choose between getting a bear away from her cub and getting Emily away from that gold, he'd pick the bear. What's worse, by the time they took Emily away, the place was swarming with reporters from all over the country. The commotion has scared away every bird for miles. I'm pretty sure Red Knot would like to strangle me. On the other hand, when Ranger Akers found out that 7 cars and 2 helicopters were illegally parked on park property and that he was going to get to ticket them, he was ecstatic. Tucker Davis finally cleared away that dead tree, which means I'm free to drive home. Moon Lake is beautiful, but I've had enough wildlife for now. Which reminds me, did I mention that those 4 ghost dogs are actually very sweet? They're so sweet, in fact, that Sally is seriously thinking about adopting them. How's that for irony? Ever yours, Nancy. Bess, hi, it's Nancy. I'm at this little amusement park on the coast. I wish I could say I was having a wonderful time, but the fact is, some pretty spooky things have been happening here. There've been some strange accidents, and the carousel, it starts up in the dead of night all by itself, like it's haunted or something. You know me, I don't get scared very easily, but I saw it myself, and I'll call you later. I've gotta go right now.
The trailer of the game made it seem like there's... No, I was just about to say that too, Danny. Like, they made it seem like that game was going to be so scary. And then, like... It is... probably one of the least scariest games, in my opinion. The scariest part is Barnacle Blast, and that wasn't even meant to be scary. Alright. That's enough of that. Let's mark that on my spreadsheet that we finished it. Can't see. It's very bright. Dog. Okay, finished December 18th. Perfect. Okay, so now... Wait, that's so fast. Well, I've played it before. I've actually only ever played it one other time before. But, let's see. Before we raid out, well, also... before we say goodbye to YouTube, we're gonna spin the wheel to decide what game we're gonna play next. I'm going to save the Nancy wheel for next time, because otherwise we'll just get through all of the Nancys and then it won't be as fun anymore because it won't be new. So I'm gonna spin the non-Nancy wheel. We have to go back to the beginning screen and get the wheel up. PC games, not Nancy. Wheel window. There we go. Okay. Hopefully it gives me something good. We're gonna spin it in 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, okay, next Sam and Max. So we can go back to the... I'm gonna laugh so hard if it lands on Siberia 2. Sorry, Siberia 2 fans, you will have to wait until it pops up. We're on Sam & Max. So the next Sam & Max game is... That's the wrong one. This one is... Do I? Okay. So it's going to be Sam & Max Save the World, which is the Telltale games. I, for some reason, have Sam & Max Hit the Road as its own game, like separate on the wheel. So we'll be doing Sam & Max Save the World. Let me find the trailer We will watch the trailer. The last thing I need to know is that there's a sale on Steam. Right. We gotta... Steam, maybe? Oh. It does not need to be as big as it is. Okay. You can't hear it.
I like it already.
This feels oddly familiar. It was a commissioner, Max. Multiple reports of malfeasance in the neighborhood.
That's my favorite feasance.
That fiend hypnotized you to do his unspeakable bidding.
This qualifies as a baffling mystery. I'll drive.
Not while I'm alive.
Exactly. I may have accidentally chewed through our brake lines.
Good to have you back, little buddy.
What are we waiting for? Swallowed it! Sam, I'm getting confused.
You're not the only one, little buddy.
It's like a dream!
The kind where you wake up screaming with a gun in your hand, your pillow torn to shreds, and the upstairs neighbors calling 911.
The best kind!
I guess we should get back to work.
Not yet. I'm still on my break. Okay, now.
Did Charlie Sheen voice the dog? No, Charlie Sheen did not voice the dog. So, yeah, now we go back. Sam and Max, made by Telltale Games. They remastered it, so now it has Steam achievements and stuff. I have played this before, but it's been a while, so I probably do not remember the answers to most of the puzzles. Yeah, alright, I think it's time to say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, if you would like to continue watching VODs, it is free to subscribe on YouTube. But if you'd like to catch me live, you can find me at twitch.tv/budwindchimes, BUDWINDCHIMES, where it is free to follow. And if you're feeling generous, you can even subscribe. It's free if you have Amazon Prime. I post my schedule for the week, usually on Sundays, on my Instagram, my Blue Sky, and on my Twitch story. Links to those are below. Thank you again for your continued support, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, YouTube.